If Mary Alice was having some sort of crisis, we'd have known. She lives 50 feet away, for God's sakes.
Gabby, the woman killed herself. Something must have been going on.
Every time I'm around that man, he tries to grab my ass.
I made over $200,000 doing business with him last year. If he wants to grab your ass, you let him.
Why aren't you happy?
Turns out I wanted all the wrong things.
What's that?
It's a letter addressed to Mary Alice.
Oh, Mary Alice, what did you do?
An odd thing happens when we die. Our senses vanish. Taste, touch, smell, and sound become a distant memory. But our sight? Our sight expands. And we can suddenly see the world we've left behind so clearly. Of course, most of what's visible to the dead could also be seen by the living, if they'd only take the time to look. Like my friend Gabrielle. I should have seen how unhappy she was, but I didn't. I only saw her clothes from Paris. And her platinum jewelry. And her brand new diamond watch.
No, I told you.
Had I looked closer, I'd have seen that Gabrielle was a drowning woman, desperately in search of a life raft. Luckily for her, she found one. Of course, Gabrielle only saw her young gardener as a way to infuse her life with a little excitement. But now, she was about to discover just how exciting her life could get.
Damn it.
Come on, whoa! Come on, hurry! Let's go!
Where are the rest of my clothes?
I'll find them, just get out!
Where?
Out the window! What? Go! Hi, honey, you're home early.
My meeting got canceled. Did you take a shower this morning?
I just finished a workout.
Where's John?
John?
Yeah, that's his truck out front.
Gabrielle was panicked. She knew if her husband discovered her secret, she would feel the full force of his wrath.
Hey, Mr. Solis.
Hey, John, did you take care of that ficus yet?
I'll get to it as soon as I'm done here.
All right.
But she was quickly reminded
We need to talk about the hedges
that
on
what
the other side of
Carlos
the house.
couldn't see
Yeah, sure. No problem.
couldn't hurt her. The peaceful facade of Wisteria Lane had recently been shattered. First, by my suicide. And then, by the discovery of a note among my belongings that suggested a suspicious reason for my desperate act. My friends gathered to discuss its implications.
I think we should give it to Paul.
He's still mourning, Susan. He'll probably freak out.
Doesn't matter. She was his wife. He deserves to have all the facts.
Well, we could do it gently. We could tell him about it over coffee and pastry.
That would be fun. Paul, we have proof your wife killed herself over some deep, dark secret. Another bear claw?
You could always call the police.
Maybe it's just some sort of sick joke.
Well, if it was a joke, it was in very poor taste.
No, this was serious. I know it was. We gotta find out what was going on.
Let's say we do. There's a chance we're not gonna like what we find.
Isn't it worse to be in the dark? I mean, imagining she did all these horrible things?
It's the age-old question, isn't it? How much do we really want to know about our neighbors?
My friends were right to be concerned. They knew that every family has its secrets. And as my son and husband could have told them, you need to think carefully before digging them up. After talking for hours, my friends still hadn't agreed on what to do with the note. So, they decided to talk about it in the morning after a good night's rest. But no one could fall asleep that night. They each kept thinking of my suicide and how terribly alone I must have felt. You see, loneliness was something my friends understood all too well.
It's okay, I'm up.
Good. I have a question for you. Do you remember when you proposed?
For God's sake.
We sat on Skyline Drive and drank a bottle of apple wine. And when we finished it, you turned to me and you said, "If you marry me, Bree Mason, I promise to love you for the rest of my life." And even though I was engaged to Ty Grant, and even though my father didn't like you, I said yes.
That was a long time ago.
You were going to cancel the meeting with that divorce lawyer, and we're going to find ourselves a marriage counselor.
Bree.
You promised.
All right.
Good, I'm going to go make myself some more milk. Would you like something to drink?
Anything but apple wine.
Susan awoke that night alone and parched. But as she gazed out her window, she saw the tall drink of water she needed to quench her thirst.
Dear Diary, Mike doesn't even know I'm alive.
Shut up.
If you want to date him, you're gonna have to ask him out.
I keep hoping he'll ask me out.
How's that going?
Shouldn't you be making brownies for your nerdy friends?
I can't find the measuring cup. Have you seen it?
The measuring cup?
Yeah.
It's gotta be here somewhere. Just keep looking.
I know you're awake.
I know you're a jerk.
Dinner with Tanaka ran long, I'm sorry.
You know, Carlos, I didn't marry you so I could have dinner by myself 6 times a week. You know how bored I was today? I came this close to actually cleaning the house.
Don't be that way. I got you a gift.
Nope. No. You're not gonna buy your way out of this one.
It's a good gift.
Is that white gold?
Yeah. Put it on. And then make love to me.
Not in the mood. But we could stay up and talk.
When a man buys a woman expensive jewelry, there are many things he may want in return. For future reference, conversation ain't one of them. Hey, that was a joke.
Yeah, right.
What the hell's wrong with
Let
you?
go of me.
Hey, you've been acting like a nightmare for a month.
Stop.
What's wrong? I can't fix it unless you tell me.
It's not exciting anymore, Carlos.
So what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Be the way you used to be. Surprise me, take my breath away.
Okay. Hey, Susan.
Mike!
What's wrong?
Didn't realize anybody was going to be out here. I just sort of rolled out of bed.
I'm sure you look fine.
Oh.
Bongo. No. Bongo. No. Sorry. He scares easy.
No, it's fine. I get it.
I didn't mean to disturb you. I'll see you later.
Did you want to have dinner with me?
Just the two of us?
And Julie. It's a thing we do when somebody new moves into the neighborhood. We invite them over for a home-cooked meal. It's sort of a tradition.
You said you were a lousy cook.
Well, I order takeout.
Oh, you invite him over for home cooking and give him takeout.
Yeah, it's sort of a new tradition. I'm working out the kinks.
I'll tell you what. How about I cook? And you guys come over to my place.
Great.
Friday night at 6?
I'll be there.
All right.
Bye, Bongo. Julie? Mike Delfino just invited us to dinner Friday night.
He did? Cool.
But only I'm going, because you're going to come down with something semi-serious that requires bed rest and fluids.
Julie was glad Susan was rekindling her love life. Of course, she was unaware of her mother's recent track record with fire.
It's all gone. Everything my ex-husband worked for all those years. Gone.
Don't worry about clothing. I already started a collection from people in the neighborhood.